Bye, campsite. Good morning. It's about 6:35 and I just hiked out from 𝐂𝐶 Lake. Actually, I'm still walking around 𝐂𝐶 Lake. I've got about 4 miles to go up to Dick's Pass, and then probably another 10 miles after that. But hopefully I'll get up there before it gets too hot, be able to enjoy a break, maybe some cell service, and then hike on, working my way through Desolation. There have been so many rocks so far that a trail like this is a real blessing, and I'm happy to take it when it appears. I did hear from some other hikers that the climb up to Dick's Pass is pretty rocky, but going down the other side is a little bit better. They were coming the other way, and I said it was real tricky going downhill on all those loose rocks. Have to be super careful that you don't slip and trip and that sort of thing. So I was glad to hear that I'd be going up the rocks instead of down. But you never really know what the terrain's going to be like until you get there. The trail signs here in Desolation Wilderness don't tell you Tahoe Rim Trail, they just tell you the next waypoint. I'm on my way up to a view of Gilmore Lake. Well, there's a Tahoe Rim slide, and actually it looks like I'm not going to see Gilmore Lake unless I take a detour, which I'm not inclined to do. I think that lake you can see way down there through the trees is 𝐒𝐶 Lake, where I camped last night. So I've come a good bit, but I'm only about halfway up distance-wise, but I think I've got more than halfway in terms of climbing. So I'm just gonna keep on trucking. Got bugs in my ears. Alright, I just ran into Loopy again, who I met on day 2 of my hike. Today's day 7. He told me that he'd probably see me since he was going counterclockwise and I'm going clockwise, but I didn't expect to see him so soon. And he said he's probably going to go around the lake again. How about that? That's persistence. Took a second to see how I was doing on far out, and I've got 1.7 miles to go and only about 600 feet of elevation, so it shouldn't be too bad, I hope. I hope. Tell you, this trail is one of the best smelling trails I have ever hiked, with all these wildflowers everywhere, and I don't know what else, the trees. It smells amazing. Every day I get whiffs of just beautiful scents. These might be the super fragrant flowers. I'm not sure what they're called. I think that's a grouse right over there. And if you can see it under the tree, just flew down when I stopped. Where are you hiding? If you're wondering about all the snow on the trail, today is July 23rd, and from what I understand, there's snow on the trail well into late June, if not early July, most years. I guess you just have to check, but I haven't seen any actually on the trail, just in the mountains around here. Well, this is the hard-earned Dix Pass. It's not very big, just a little patch of land. And then if you go that way, there's a little flat walk and then it starts downhill. I do see a little sign up there, so that might be the official landmark for Dix Pass, but I'm gonna stay up here in the shade where it's cool and rest a bit. It is so different on this side of the pass. Really interesting how quickly the terrain changes. That lake is gorgeous. Been coming down pretty steep, lots of switchbacks since the top, and passing lots and lots of people going up, people out for weekend, a few days. Well, not a weekend because today's Tuesday, but you know what I mean, 3 or 4 days, that kind of thing, having a good time. And I am trying not to stare it far out too much, so I don't know when my next stop is, and I don't know if I get to go to that lovely lake. I hope I do. I know there's at least one lake ahead of me today, so that should be fun. And I'm just trying to take the trail as it comes. Yeah, instead of being a slave to, well, when it was gut hook, I used to call it crack hook. But anyway, yeah, just trying to see what comes my way today. Just took a quick little detour down to Dix Lake. Plenty of campsites here, and the water is just down that way. I went down to get a little extra water because I'm pretty thirsty, and I'm also starving, even though it's only like 10:30 in the morning. My hiker hunger has officially kicked in, so I need to either eat early lunch or second breakfast or a big snack. I'm gonna figure that out right now. All right, I got a plan. I just looked at far out, and Fontanalis Lake is only 0.7 from here, which I hear is an amazing place to stop and swim and have a nice long break. So I'm gonna have a little snack, and then I'm gonna head down the trail and enjoy lunchtime at Fontanalis. Not quite the perfect swimming hole, but I think it'll do for a quick cool off. Oh my God, that feels so good. I could stay in there all day. Only downside is now I've got like salt in my eyes from getting clean, but I have not even had a shower in 7 days, so that was heaven. Fontanalis Lake is much bigger than I first envisioned it. I thought it was just pretty small, and I was surprised, but it's gorgeous. Really nice. So this is another pretty sweet spot. I'm sitting on the shore of Middle Velma Lake, filling up my water bottles because I might have an 8-mile water carry, although I talked to a hiker who was going the other direction. He said he was pretty sure that some of the small streams that people have previously reported as dry or low flow are flowing. So I'm hopeful that I will be able to find water between here and wherever I stop tonight. And if not, I'm going to have plenty to go. So I'm feeling confident about that. My stopping point is kind of undetermined. I might go as far as Richardson Lake, which I think make a 17-mile day, but there's a place called a stagnant pond that that's what it says in far out, but it looks like it might have some nice campsites around there, so I'm going to check that out and just kind of, when I'm tired, stop. Seems like a good plan. So anyway, that's what I'm looking to do, and I've actually been leapfrogging with another hiker going the same direction named Mike that we met this morning. We've been kind of leapfrogging all day long, so we might end up camping around the same area, which would be fun to have some company, but you know, if not, I'm cool camping alone. So I'm gonna get water filled up, I'm gonna camel up, and then onward. I think when I've been on trail too long, or when I'm getting too tired, some of these big rocks, I see them from a distance and they're all pointy and they look like a tent. And I'm like, oh, somebody's camped up there. No, they're not. Well, I thought my day was almost over, but the campsites I was looking for don't seem to exist in the area where they were. It was just surrounded by all kinds of dead trees. So I think worst case, I've got to go 3 miles downhill to Richardson Lake. Best case, I'll find a decent looking campsite somewhere between here and there. This is Richardson Lake. There are campsites all around. I think there's a campground maybe over on that side. And basically, you can just walk up and pick your spot. And I'm about to set my tent up right down there. Just got buzzed by hummingbird. It's over in that tree next to me. But anyway, it's been a long day, 17 miles, and it's been quite a while since I did a 17-mile day, so my dogs are barking. I was just going to take a minute and sit and rest and drink some water, and then I'm going to get my tent set up, get my bed set up, make my dinner, and go to bed.